couple of young and talented 7-footers in this game tonight. Here is our Northland Ford starting lineup. The Bulls do not have Zach LaVine in the starting lineup, but he could very well play in this game tonight. Ryan Arcidiacono, Chris Dunn, the former Timberwolf, Justin Holiday, Lauri Markkanen, who's been lighting up, and Wendell Carter Jr. Derrick Rose is back in the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Andrew Wiggins, Robert Covington, Taj Gibson, the former Bull, and Karl Anthony Towns.
I think obviously when you bring in Lauri Markkanen, the success that they've had since he's come back into the mix, 4 and 6 since he's been back, and it also coincides with Jimmy Boylan being back as well. Markkanen, 27.5 points per game when they win, just 11 when they don't. So limiting him is going to be very important in this game.
Towns' free throw line jumper is good. Did you already hear the roar for Derrick Rose the first time he touched the basketball? Rose taking a lot of contact and somehow got that shot to drop.
It was excellent defense by Chris Dunn. Just a better offensive play, and Derrick Rose is asking for a foul. Thought there was a lot of contact, and there was.
Sure looked like it, yeah. Rose off to Gibson, another spin move. Taj has done that a couple of times tonight. Taj Gibson, 3 of 4, 6 points, and heading to the free throw line.
Derrick Rose, what a take with the left hand, exploding to the rim.
Rose has 4 points and 3 assists in 6 minutes in his return to Chicago.
When I see Zach LaVine here in this building, I think about the game last year as he feeds Wendell Carter Jr. for the big throwdown. Andrew Wiggins had to guard Zach LaVine last year as Derrick Rose. He gets another beautiful layup inside, sifting his way through the Chicago defense.
And the Wolves let Carter let it fly. Towns from the baseline. He'll take the 3, and Karl will hit the 3.
Karl Anthony Towns is a 41% corner three-point shooter himself.
LaVine. The fadeaway jump shot, no good. Zach came in averaging 24 points per game. Rose off the dribble and off the glass. What a nice touch and finish from Derrick Rose. A 10-2 Minnesota run. Derrick Rose has 8 points in 9 minutes, also 4 assists. A nice return from the hometown kid here to Chicago.
This is home for me. Like, I'll never leave Chicago. I still have a place here. I'm always going to have a place here. My son is being raised here, so this is home. But you never know in the future. You never know. But like I said, my attention is right now is with this organization that I'm in right now. And this offseason, you never know what can happen.
Derrick Rose was born and raised in the Englewood area, a neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. Played at Simeon High School, won 2 state championships. He was the Illinois Mr. Basketball. His high school team had a combined record of 120 wins, 12 losses in his high school career. Derrick Rose is a legend here and played for the Bulls. MVP, Rookie of the Year, 3-time All-Star.
The thing, if you're Dyer Sharge, those kinds of handoffs right there, you have to switch them. As Lopez gets one inside, Minnesota did switch it. Sharge took on the ball handler that time. If you commit 2-to-1 on those handoffs, Markkanen's going to be wide open, Marnie, and that's when he really hurts you. They run a lot of dribble handoff actions just like that. As Derrick Rose knocks down another one. This is fun to watch. And this is, I mean, he only knows one speed. We just saw Russell Westbrook. He's just like Russ from that standpoint. They only know one way to go, hard and fast and north-south.
Towns, 2 big steps into the paint, up and over Robin Lopez.
Man, that was a big swinging right-handed hook from Karl Anthony Towns. D. Rose kissing it off the glass again. We've seen this time and time again for this young man, being able to use the glass as a weapon.
Lopez, the hook shot. Towns grabs the board. The 8th rebound of the first half for Karl Anthony Towns. Tyus Jones initiates the offense and gives it up to Rose. Top of the key, long jumper. And Rose just shakes his head. A lot of the Chicago reporters were asking him this morning, Tyus Jones with a steal, asking Rose about his shooting, his 3-point shooting. He doesn't really have an answer other than the green ball that he always carries, that medicine ball, and just the fact that he's worked on it. He's having a career year from the field.
You get a big win like that as Derrick Rose gets to go. He shakes his head again.
And the Bulls won at Chicago on Sunday night. That was the last game they played. They went Friday at home against Orlando, and that's the first time all season Chicago's even went back-to-back games. Derrick Rose with the three-pointer. D. Rose continues to shoot a career high from three, 47% from beyond the arc.
Holiday's a good basketball player. I think they need to trade him. He's got value.
Good hands by Derrick Rose to get the steal. Covington will convert on the other end. The 9th turnover for the Bulls in this game. Derrick Rose has played 33 minutes tonight in his return to Chicago. 19 points, 6 assists, a couple of rebounds, 9 of 16 from the floor. And this crowd has shown, especially Derrick Rose, a lot of love in this game. I think a lot of people are just happy to see the resurgence from Derrick Rose, who's now at 21, because there was a time when he had injury after injury and knee rehab after knee rehab where he could have shut it down. His NBA career could have been over, and now he's putting up some big numbers. Yeah. Saric from three will hit it with 1 second left on the shot clock. Tibbs calls for Rose to give it off to Dario, who gives it to Jones, to Cat, to Rose. Derrick nearly lost the dribble.
Chris Dunn just draped all over Derrick Rose. Derrick gets the hoop in the arm. Thing of beauty. Derrick has just took it on. I mean, he is playing with Chris Dunn, pressuring him all over the floor, and he's taking this on as a challenge and goes right at Derrick Rose, and everybody here at United Center chanting MVP.
Chance. First free throw for Derrick. I think that was a smile, too. The first free throw of the game for Derrick Rose.
They are energized here for number 25.
Covington in for the reverse layup on the feed from Rose. And Rose, 24 points in 38 minutes. He'd only played here one other time as a visitor, too. Too many injuries.
Yeah,
this is only his second trip back.
He got a win here with the New York Knicks. But 11 of 19.
Had a bit of a pedestrian game in that game, and now 24 points on 11 of 19. I mean, he was feeling something tonight. And they love him here. Chicago fans, you heard the one time that D. Rose went to the free throw line. He shot one free throw in this game, and he barely walked over to the line, and the crowd was chanting MVP. This is the opposing team's crowd chanting MVP.
Right. Well, he's not just some opposing player. He's born and bred.
That's true.
He's born and bred here in Chicago. And he gets a lot of love wherever he goes.
Final seconds here, winding down as the Timberwolves win a wire-to-wire game. Head coaches shake hands. The Wolves built a lead of 31 points at one point, led by Derrick Rose and his 24. Towns with 20 and 20 in this game. And the Timberwolves have now won back-to-back games on the road. And what a night for Derrick Rose returning to Chicago. You can see there was a little bit of emotion behind your game tonight, was there not?
Yeah, it was a lot of love here, man. I've been dealing with tickets all day. It's been havoc, but I'm happy everybody was able to come, and I'm happy everybody came out and support. So it just showed that I'm very, very loved here. When
you get MVP chants like that, I mean, you know, Tibbs got chanted. The first time we came through here, when Tibbs became the head coach, they were chanting, "We want Tibbs, we want Tibbs."
Yeah.
You getting MVP chants like that had to feel pretty special.
That's very special, man. Made me reminisce a little bit. Made me think back to the old days. But when I'm playing under this franchise, I'm trying to win for the team that I'm playing for. So tonight, it was all about business coming here and just trying to get the win.
One of the things when I watch you play, so we just played Oklahoma City, and I always compare the way that you play to Russell Westbrook. Because you only have one way, north-south. You play hard every night.
I understand that.
You give it 100%.
Yeah.
And you did the same thing tonight. It was like old hat for you here tonight at United Center.
Man, thank you, man. When I'm out there, I'm just trying to get the young guys to play with me. If anything, give them confidence, let them see when you bring that urgency, good things are going to happen, and stay consistent. And tonight, it was what we won 2 road games in a row. Like, come on, that's
Yeah.
a record this year. Like, you know what I mean? You're trying to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
You had a great individual game, 24 points, but how important was it that this team came up, showed up the way it did, and played the way that you guys played in this building and against this team?
It's huge. Tibbs, after the OKC game, he said that he made an emphasis on just coming out and just making that game. Hopefully that game should have propelled us to play like we did tonight, and it looked like it did. Like Wig came out aggressive, Cat came out aggressive, and my tone is just to push the ball and try to make things happen in the open court.
When you guys went to do the Top Golf thing, I just think, as you know, as a former player, I know what like team bonding things can happen when you do a thing like that.
Yeah.
A season can turn on a dime like that. You have an experience like that. It brings guys closer together. You get the win in OKC. You get this win here. Things like that can change the tone and tenor of a season.
And it happened with Cat. Cat organized everything. As you know, he got 190. So we put that 190 to use on Cat. Thank you, Cat. So he paid for everything. It was great, man. All the guys enjoyed it. And we need to do more things like that on the road, especially when we see the results of it.
And you guys have built something, too.
Yeah.
OKC win, this win, now you're going home for one, right back on the road. What kind of momentum do you think you guys are starting to build here?
Who knows? I don't want to jinx myself or the team, but we feel good and we're very confident. We're building our confidence along the way, but we know on the road we have to play together as a team, and when we're in the battle, we know that we got to stay together.
Great win tonight, buddy.
Hey, it was a great win. Fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Appreciate it.
24 points for Derrick Rose. What a night.
We could sit here and talk to him
I know,
all
they
night
told me to
long.
wrap it up, though, so I was going to wrap it up. 24 points on 11 of 19 shooting for Derrick Rose tonight.
Fantastic
38 minutes. MVP chance at the free throw line. Man, what a return to Chicago for him tonight, Tom.